Yo, what's up, Cowboy Nation, Cowboy Headquarters, and America's team? And here we are, Monday Night Mic'd Up live stream. Let's give it up. See, yeah, here we are, guys. We are in the house. We are on the countdown. We are preparing for the Thursday night fight. Oh, yeah, we're preparing for the Thursday night fight. So, as you know, this is a live stream. We are going to be looking for you guys to chime in to tell us and let us know your thoughts about this coming up game. Not only that, but I'm not here by myself. You know, I got a pound full of content creators, and let's bring them on right now. Give it up. All right, we got Danny Savage, draft guru in the house. We got PR Cowboy, and we got the Cliff Tarno in the house. Give it up one more time.
How's it going, guys?
What's going on, guys? Cliff, how you doing, brother? You doing okay?
Man, I am sitting at the house in Texas, and I'm loving life.
No way.
I'm actually home for more than 48 hours at one time.
Oh my gosh! Well, enjoy the 48 hours, my brother. All right, give it up for Clifford Tarno. All right, we got football junkie. How you doing, man? You doing okay today?
Oh yeah, I'm doing fabulous, man. How y'all doing?
Oh man, we're fired up. We on the countdown. We are on the countdown to the Thursday night fight. And with that being said, we got Danny Savage, draft guru, all the way from the East Coast. Danny, how you doing tonight, brother?
Good. Can't complain. Just I'm glad college football is here. This all weekend. Game on tonight too, and that'll get me to Thursday. You know?
That's a whole nother topic because we've seen some good games over the weekend. Oh my God. And we got one coming on tonight, so we're not gonna hold these folks too long because I think it's already on, but we're gonna just kind of get into this. PR Cowboy, how you doing, brother? You okay over there?
Doing good, man. Enjoying the day off too, and just relaxing and ready for Thursday night, man.
Yeah, man. We yeah, that's where we are, man. So here it is. We got the schedule set. Thursday night on NBC. Kickoff is 7:20 on September 4th. Right now, guys, they got Philadelphia at 68.7% to win, and Dallas Cowboys 31.1% to win. Danny, are you surprised?
I'm surprised it's not much higher, to be honest with you. The Philly.
Oh my gosh. I mean, what are we talking about? Cliff, 68%. I mean, they're not giving the Cowboys a chance. I mean, dude, we got all these weapons. What are we talking about? Come on, 31%?
You know, it's a great thing to be underestimated. Is all I'm going to say on that.
Yeah, and I agree with you. And that's all we can do. Going as the underdogs, maybe we could take out Goliath. I want to know, what do you think, football junkie?
I plead the fifth.
So, PR Cowboy, does this anger you that they only gave us a 31% chance to win it? I mean, what's wrong with these folks? Are they crazy?
No, I like it. I mean, you know, you look at it on paper, the Eagles, you know, they're very good at every position there is. But you know what? When division games come and play, I like to throw that out the book. Like you said, the only thing that worries about it is our starters not playing that much this preseason. That's worrisome. But like you said, division game, I hope them hanging up that banner lights a fire under these guys, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, sure, man. And right now we got our fire starter, Patrick Wright, is in the house. Give it up for Patrick Wright. He said, "What's up, Cowboy Nation?" We also got now Lord Nova is right in the thick of things. He's up there in Pennsylvania. So he said, "What's up, G? I'm ready to go, Cowboys, and help the Eagles. I'm holding it down in Philly for the Cowboys. Give it up for I got Lord Nova holding it down."
Oh yeah. He is enemy territory for real.
He is in enemy territory for real, man. We also got Roxanne. You don't have to turn on your red light. It's Roxanne is in the house. Give it up for Roxanne. So, with that being said, Danny, now Philadelphia got quite a few key pieces missing. Here's a few names. They're missing Milton Williams, defensive tackle, Josh Sweat, Brandon Graham, defensive back Darius Slay, C.J. Gardner, Isaiah Rogers, some other notable losses, Kenneth Gainwell, which is a backup running back, Oren Burks, which is a linebacker. So they got, and then they lost Kellen Moore. So how they going to sit here and give them 68% chance of winning? They look like they got some missing key pieces. What do you think?
Well, Milton Williams, the defensive tackle out of Louisiana Tech, he was a backup pretty much. He was a
Okay.
backup. The one DB you spoke about, they traded him away, but you could just fill Cooper DeJean in his spot. And Sweat will, I think, hurt them a little bit losing him. They also lost their right guard, Makai Becton. They only had him for 1 year though, 6'7", 380. He originally was drafted by the Jets as a left tackle, but he failed. And then Philly got him for 1 year for $5 million, and he blew up. And they turned that into a 2 year, $30 million deal he got in San Diego. So, but they're going to put Steen, their pick from Alabama 2 years ago, at right guard. I mean, listen, basically, not any team goes into year to year with the exact same players because there's just so much turnover in the NFL. And like especially Dallas, because like Dallas is the king of signing players to 1 year contracts. So I don't know. It's just, I mean, if we went by Dallas's roster last year to now, especially the defense, it's completely new. It's listen until Philly gets knocked off, they're the Super Bowl champs. They're number one. So, yeah, I mean, you got to give it to them. But I think we have a lot more question marks than they do. We have a lot of
But
guys coming
I
back,
think
but
we have.
they're injured. You know.
Mhm. So I think football junkie and myself we just did a show a few days ago, and we listened to this one commentator call a lot of these call this team and a bunch of independent contractors. Wait a minute,
That's fair. What are they,
independent
99?
contractors. What you think about that, PR Cowboy? We got Chip in the house. Give it up for Chip Gay Sport TV. We got a full house tonight. Okay, we got things to talk about. What's going on, Chip? For in PR, you answer that right after this man give his intro. Chip, what's going on, buddy?
Salute! You are now rocking with the best Chip Game Sports TV. Right back at it again with Monday Night Mic'd Up. With all the boys here to bring them noise. Come on, baby.
All right, so just jump in where you can, where you fit in, brother. So, PR Cowboy, what do you think, man? I mean,
Yeah, I've said this. We've said this before. It. I don't mind when you're doing the 1 year deals, 2 year deals, when you feel like you're close, right? When you feel like you're just close and you bring in somebody, and it just seems like I said, we're I was watching, like I told you, I was watching this documentary at the same time all this stuff is going on, and if you look back in the day where Jerry was like, what he was doing, he was an innovator, right? He was doing things that other teams weren't doing, right? And now he's just gone backwards where he's just catching up to people, and he's 2 steps behind everybody else now.
yeah,
And because you saw teams doing this 1 year, 2 year deals before, like the Patriots and some of these teams do this, and they just kind of follow suit because they're 2 steps back. And this is where we're at. And as I'm watching this documentary and watching what we're doing, it's like, man, it just all comes together now. Just like he's he's not the innovator no more. He's not doing things to get ahead of teams or nothing like that. He's following teams and he's way behind on everybody else.
ooh,
But and I feel like he's putting the teams, like he's putting good enough teams, right? But they're good enough to get you to the postseason. But he's not making that one extra move that was going to put you over the hump. And that's what he used to do that he stopped doing.
what do you think, football junkie? What do you think about that?
I like what he said concerning that Jerry's being a step or two behind uh, teams such as like a la New England or the Baltimore Ravens, where they have general managers that know the scope of the landscape to be able to look at things from a perspective where they're able to bring in player personnel to be able to fit the module of what they're trying to do from the offensive and defensive side of things. But one thing about those teams, what they do is they keep their nucleus players intact so that they'll be able to fit the pieces in around those nucleus players to be able to attack their opponents the way they're supposed to do. Uh, but as a whole, when you look at what Jerry's doing and how he's going about doing things, it's questionable all the way across the landscape, from the local Joes to the high end pros on the sports spectrum landscape, because everybody questions what Jerry does and how Jerry goes about doing it.
So, Cliff, that brings up the question. So, do you think the game has evolved, Jerry Jones, and or is this more Jerry Jones or is it Stephen Jones? What I mean, I think this is good information what we're hearing because something is not clicking with what we're doing. So, what is going on, Cliff? In your
You know,
opinion?
I've always had the opinion of the fact that Jerry Jones wants everybody to think he knows more than what he knows. And he does a really, really, really bad job of actually proving that point for himself. He likes to go into a situation thinking he's the smartest man in the room, and he's not. He goes into the situations of, well, I know more than you, so I'm going to run this team, and he needs to just sit down and relax. And I think Stephen Jones is at the point now to where he knows his dad's not going to be around much longer, most likely, so he's just going to let him do it for a few more years. So as Cowboy fans, we're kind of suffering. We have to sit here and take it and just kind of run with it and see what happens after Jerry leaves.
Yeah. So, Chip, that brings us to the elephant in the room. We know what has taken place between Micah and Jerry. So I guess the question has to be: will this defense be better without Micah, or what are your thoughts about this defense with the release of Micah now? I mean, what do you expect?
Well, gee, I'm gonna tell you just like this. I think we're gonna be just fine. A lot of Cowboy fans won't believe that. A lot of guys that root against us, I laugh at what I'm saying here. But we must realize, and I'm serious, Cowboy fans, when it comes to the Dallas football Cowboys, with Micah Parsons, he was a disruptor, and we're thankful for that. However disruptive he was, we were still 28th, 29th ranked defense with him. With Micah Parsons, we have not won one championship. With Micah Parsons, we have not went too deep. So I don't, I appreciate Micah Parsons. Let me tell you something. I got the jersey, love him as a player, happy to have him on the team. Will he be missed? Of course he will. But will it make much a difference? We got defensive ends pretty deep. We got deep defensive ends. We got DEZ, whatever his name is. We
Unproven.
got
Donovan.
Donovan. We got Donovan.
Question.
We got ain't no questions. UFC Thursday night. That's how I feel about it. We got Sam Williams, and we got two more. Okay, say what you want. I'm gonna tell you just like this. When it comes to the Dallas football Cowboys, and when it comes to the move that Jerry Jones did, thank you, Jerry. I hope this sends
So,
a
football
message.
junkie, you said it's questionable. So let's hear your thoughts about this situation with the Michael Parson move and the Jerry Jones, and now all of a sudden here we are. Micah's in which. Congratulations to Mike. I mean, he got the bag, he got the loot, he's doing his thing, he's going to start up there in Green Bay. So let's hear your rebuttal on that, brother.
When it came to the Dallas Cowboys defensive front, nobody was feared on their defensive front except for Michael Parsons. That's it. Everybody was questionable. Nobody besides Michael Parsons. If Michael Parsons didn't giddy up and create get the double teams or sometimes the triple team, with no effect.
Junkie, tell me what Oziggy do. Oziggy, you know his name. What did he do? Oziggy Zua. What did he do in the last 4 games of the season?
What did he do the whole 17
He
games of the season?
no.
Don't do four.
No,
Let's
no,
say the
no, no,
season.
no, 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 no. We talking about the 4 games.
We play seasons. We don't play just 4 games.
Okay, so when you line
Players
him
are
up
graded
against
off
the
of
season,
seasons, not 4 games.
he played well. He played well. Anybody got Google? Go ahead, Google Odigizua stats last
I
year.
don't care about 4 games. I care about a whole season.
Well,
But so,
we can't
so
Coaches do
we
here's
too.
can't care about Micah because Micah's gone. Odigizua is here.
Okay. But
so let me
what
ask
is
you
he gonna
this.
He
do
got
after?
Clark. He got Clark right next to him.
So
Okay.
but let me say this here real quick, guys, and I respect both of your opinion because that's all we're doing here. We're just voicing our opinion. Danny, you probably can jump in on this as well, but I don't know if it was. And let me just read something right here. So the question was asked to Jordan. What's his name? Left tackle for Philadelphia. Danny Jordan
Uh,
Mialata.
Malata, yeah, he's like 6'7",
Okay.
260.
So the Philly left tackle Jordan Mailata was asked Sunday about facing the Cowboys without Parson. Now this is what Jordan said. He said, "Sigh of relief." He
Hmm.
said, chuckling
Listen,
via Tim Manis. I say that as a joke, but at the same time, it's just kind of crazy. The last 4 or 5 years that we've played the Dallas Cowboys, we've come up with a game plan because of Micah's game. It
but
is a sigh of relief that you don't have to play. I have to plan like that anymore. So this is from Jordan. So Danny.
Jordan's a left tackle, yet 99% of Micah's reps were against their right tackle, Lane Johnson. Let's be simple. Micah Parsons is a one trick pony, a pass rush. If he did
Mm,
not beat you with his first step, he was done. The second a physical offensive tackle put his hands on Micah, he got stopped. Our fan base thinks Micah Parsons was the only player on defense to ever get chipped by a tight end, to ever get chipped by a running back. Let's be honest. You can call holding on every single play in the NFL. Micah Parsons walked off the field during a game. Micah Parsons would stop mid-play, throw his hands up in the air when he got held. Micah Parsons would be walking around. Micah played, well, he was with Dallas for 4 years, 3 different defensive coordinators or 4. He never wore the green dot. He never was a captain. He never called the plays. He was a one-trick pony. Now, I'm
mm.
not saying leaving him at edge was the smartest thing to do because me personally, I would have moved him around at every single play. I'm old. Back in my day, they called it a rover. You blind
Rover.
him
Yeah.
wherever. And then when the quarterback gets under the center, he has to look. But Dallas didn't do that because the Dallas I know is the only coaches that ask their players, well, where do you want to play? So Micah, do you think Micah's going to say, no, put me at linebacker where you're going to pay me $20 million? Well, let me play edge where I'm going to get $47 million. Our defense sucked with him. He fed off the bottom feeders. Most of his sacks came against the Giants and the Carolina Panthers. I'm just saying, like, my only problem was I got no problem him leaving. My only problem was the compensation because we
Yeah.
got fleeced. And yet Green Bay paid him all of that. But should it have Green Bay, like, 2 years ago? Green Bay walked into Dallas Stadium. We got destroyed. Micah had 1 tackle, 1 pressure, and then the next day said, oh, yeah, I played great. Compared to what? Everyone has a trade value. When Tom Brady was winning all his Super Bowls, San Fran called up and asked for Tom Brady. They got laughed at, but San Fran they traded for Jimmy G. everyone has a price. I just think we got fleeced on the.
Oh yeah, PR Cowboy. Will this defense be better without Michael Parsons, or will it be worse?
You know, it's going to be, like I said before, it's really going to be all up to the offense if this defense is going to be better or not. Because if you're going three and out like you were last year, that's that's the recipe for disaster for any defense that's out there. I don't care what defense it is. So the offense is, you got time of possession, you got the ball for 10 minutes, and they got it the rest of the time. That is not good. So that is one thing. And like I said, look, on this whole thing, I said since last year I was okay with trading Micah, but by the draft. By draft time, I was okay with
Yeah.
that because I felt like you would have got more and you got somebody to help you this year. So the timing of it and the team they sent them to is where I have a problem with it because if you're trying to compete, that's a team you can never get past in the playoffs, and you just sent them that guy. So now we will not know who's the winner of this trade. You can say right now, oh, they won or whoever won. But if Green Bay doesn't go and win a Super Bowl with them, you didn't win the trade. If we don't build a Super Bowl team with our assets we got from them, you didn't win the trade. Green Bay
Yeah.
was a top five defense last year. Let's see how the season plays out. Do they fall? Do
See.
they regress with them, or do they get better with them? There's a lot of things we got to see. And we were ranked what 28, 29. Do we jump up, or do we stay the same? There's a lot to see here, and like I said, it's going to be mostly up to the offense if they can run the ball, keep time of possession, and help the defense out. That's where it's going to come and play on how this defense is going to look.
So with that being said, that's great, man. I like what you just said, PR Cowboy. So basically, we know that Packers were in the top five last year, and we was at the bottom last year. So, Cliff, what does this do with the absence of Michael Parsons from our team and the addition to him at the Packers? Uh, How does this pan out? I understand, but we're just giving our opinion. But what do you think about that? Is what by us losing him, are we going to be able to excel better at this defense on this defense side of the ball? Because you got to remember, we done had three defensive coordinators in 3 seasons. Wait a minute, you on mute?
This is our third defensive coordinator in 3 years. Yes, but we had one for 5 years. We had one for 1 year. We're going into a new year. So Micah Parsons only played under two different defense coordinators here.
Yeah,
That was Zimmer and that was Dan Quinn. Now the trade thing, like you're saying, we don't know who's going to be the winner of this trade. It's going to be 18 months before we know if the Cowboys won because it's going to take next year's draft, 6 months of that kid playing. So 18 months from right now, we'll know how we did in the draft. That being said, I think it's going to actually be able to spread our defense out a little bit more. We depended too much on Micah on that left edge. We depended on him to be there by himself on an island, pull a double team, and then everybody else is everybody else. We stopped playing as a team defensively when we started doing that. That first year we had Micah where we used him as a rover more often, as a true linebacker where he could go anywhere he wanted on that line and pick his spot where he wanted to go through at. That was the best our defense was. And then, like you said, where do you want to play, Micah? Where do you want to play? I want to play in. Well, okay. That ever since that moment, Micah, in my opinion, yeah, he's got 12 and a half sacks every year for 4 years. Woohoo! That's awesome. Not really. What has he done for the team on that defensive line? Has that defensive line struggled? Has that defensive line propelled itself? And in my eyes, yes, Micah Parsons absolutely going to be missed. 12 sacks is always going to be a thing that you miss on your team. But he never propelled the defense to a higher level because he was always there on an island. So, in my opinion, yes, going to miss him. Dude's a great player, but I think this is going to make our defense where we have no choice. Everyone's going to have to come together as a true team on that defensive line and work together like we did years ago in order to make sure that everyone's doing their job and not just leave one dude out on an island creating huge gaps people can run through. So that's where I'm at with it. I think it will help us right now. At first, it will hinder us.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That your thoughts, but I have to look at it in a more detailed way. The last 5 or 6, 7 years, the problem that we have with this defensive line is not being able to stop the run. I know we keep putting all the pressure on what Micah, what did he do for this defense? But Micah is one of the 11 players. We were getting
Exactly.
gashed for 100 to 200 yards in the run game. And and I know we say, but we're not focusing when we had Olsen, we had these uh, we kept doing these tryouts at different DTs that no one was able to step up and hold that position. Every defensive tackle that came through here, we've got rid of them. We from Gallimore to who else we had? David Irvin. We've never been able to stop the run, and I don't think it's fair for us to say what did Mike because we got to understand what Michael Parson was. He was a pass rusher. His job was to stop the edge. But we're not focusing on where our weaknesses was, and was up in the middle. We were getting gashed. So, and I say that to so if an offense is starting on the 1 yard line and they're able to go 80 yards, and something like what PR Cowboys says, and even if they get a field goal out of it, then your offense comes back out there and they go 3 and out, and here's your defense back out there. I don't think we give enough credit to what the defense had to go through. Demarcus Lawrence said it best. He might not have said, shouldn't have said it, but he said, "Man, we were tired." And I understand, but if your offense is not producing, like PR Cowboys said, it makes it hard on the defense. But we're not looking at that. But when we look at the defense, what type of defense were we running? What type of where was our weakness at? And which I guess we can address. It was in the middle. So I understand we're saying well, Micah never showed up in fourth quarter, but there's a lot that we have to give account to of the time spent on the field by the defense, the time that the yardage we was giving up in the run game. Now, this is just my opinion. This is where I see where we have. I mean, I know we're looking at Parson, but Parson plays on one side. You got two people that's in the middle that's giving up yards right up the middle, and we never could get it fixed, and we're still trying to work. Mozzie Smith is not panning out, and I know we paid Osa, but I personally, Osa, okay, yeah, all right, you can pay him, but
Questionable.
He's
so
just the guy.
again, I'm just personally me. I think you cannot just throw a hand up to 54 sacks. You can't. You just can't because that's ranked third out of the top three. You got Miles Garrett, then you got T.J. Watt, then you have Michael Parsons. So we can't just throw slaw on Micah's name, but we got to remember Micah played on one side of the field. And we just heard from Jordan. Jordan just said we had the plan for him. But again, and I respect everybody's opinion. This is just my opinion. But I think right now, what's going to have to happen this season, we're going to have to try to stop the run game one way or the other, guys. If we are finding ourselves doing the same old thing again, it's going to be another long season. So just my thought, Chip. I mean, you got anything on that?
Well, everything's good here. We absolutely have to stop the run. There's no doubt
Got
about it.
Yeah.
If we stop the run now, along with that, if we're able to stop the run and the offense can produce, now we're back like we was a few years ago when we're playing with a lead and you could put these blitz packages together. And now, as much as I have to say about Micah Parsons, let me tell you something. I love the player. Some players you're just going to miss. Period. It'd be like the Yankees getting rid of Aaron Judge. A team getting rid of T.J. Watt. You know what I mean? You're going to miss super duper players. But however, if you scheme the game right and coach well, you can do some great things. And this year it's going to have to be about gap containment. Yeah, we need a three technique, but we got to use what we got and play as a team. And this team has got to believe. And I just really think that engagement is everything. And it seems to me This first year coach is engaged with his players, great engagement and building community there. And I think that's going to pay some, it's definitely going to show some signs throughout this entire year. I think we're going to shock some people. We're going to miss Micah. However, we will play like a team like never ever before. I
Yeah.
believe it.
So Danny, let me ask you quick this, but we won't get into the Deron Bland contract here in a minute. So having this happen within 7 days before the season, what do you think the locker room is like? I mean, again, this would have been a lot different if we would have did this in March, even April, if any time before the damn, excuse my language, before the draft. We wait up to the ninth hour to make this work. Will this have any effect on the locker room? I mean, what do you think the players are
Absolutely,
thinking right now?
absolutely, because the veterans are going to be in Overshown's ear, who's had 3 knee operations in 17 months, and they're going to say, "Yo, do not rush back. This is how they're going to treat you." They're going to be in rookie Sharon Ravel's ear, who blew his knee out September 29th last year at Eastern Carolina. Yet we took him in the third round. They're going to be telling him, "Yo, don't rush yourself back. You see what they just did to Micah." Listen, Schottenheimer, the way the trade went down, he lost the locker room.
Dang.
This year is going to be like when we were all children and we had that substitute teacher come in. It was a free day. It was pandemonium. Now, for the defense, real quick, we trade Micah, but yet we need a 1-tech, but yet they give us a 10-year veteran 3-tech. So now we have
Wait a minute.
three 3-techs, and our linebackers are bigger than our edges. We're going to get destroyed by the run this year. And our secondary safeties are old, and every one of our corners is coming off an injury. I see a very, very long season, and I just don't see. You got 3 1-techs and a rookie from UCLA. You got a rookie from UCLA 1-tech that could probably give you about 25 snaps, 30 snaps. He's like 340. But the rest of that, your whole defensive tackle room is a bunch of 2-techs. It doesn't make sense.
What do you think, Cliff? I mean, can we be successful with 290 DTs? I mean, we only got one 340, and that's Jay Thoya. Outside of that, everybody's under 300. I mean, this kind of reminds me of the Dan Quinn, I want fast off the quick step off the line type of DTs.
So,
I mean,
Mozzie Smith's over 300 pounds, and he hasn't quite worked out either. So I don't think it's necessarily the weight thing that you got to look at, right? Yeah, a 290 defensive tackle can absolutely do the job. Can. I mean, Micah Parsons did the edge job. Did he ever break 290?
Nowhere near.
Nowhere near it, right? So, right. So
But how was Micah against the run?
Micah was horrible because he got double teamed 37% of the time. So let's get off the Micah thing.
If you're 270, 280, you're stopping the run better than Micah at 240. That's what I'm getting at.
Right. Right. So the thing is the question was 290, right? If we got a bunch of 290 guys, 3 guys that are like 290, yeah, 290 is some weight to be pushed around. Depends on your strength, though. Is their strength conditioning up to par? Are they going to be able to move people out of the way, or are they going to be moved out of the way themselves? That's where the question comes in. Again, Mozzie's like 330, but I don't think he has the strength to move people.
He's 3 bills, 300 pounds. Mozzie.
Yeah, he's 300. But
300.
again,
that's what I'm saying.
We're past Mozzie.
Right. So is there strength there? That's what we need to worry about. Do we have the strength conditioning of these guys at 275, 285, 295, 305, whatever their weight is? What is their strength conditioning looking like? If we have good strength conditioning, yeah, we'll be okay. We have not been known for running run stop defense. I don't know, 10 years,
Yeah, a decade. Yeah, that's fair.
You
right?
see that?
So it, guys. We know we can win games offensively. Takes care of that. But yes, our defense is where we need to worry about. It's that way every year. Even when Micah was here, when Micah's gone, it's still going to be the main question. We know for a fact every year we have a few great players, a few good players, but we can never really get and stay a top five, top 10 defense when it comes to playoffs. That's the concern.
And that's part due to injury. Injury has a lot to do with that, but at
Right.
the same time,
It's not
it's
one
just
player. It's yeah.
yeah. So I want to get and I want to get the thoughts because we got a fourth crew tonight, but on this, let's get in this Deron Bland contract, and I want to get with PR Cowboy and Football Junkie. So here's the contract, guys. I don't know if you like it or not, but let's see. 2 days after dealing Pro Bowl edge rusher Michael Parsons to the Green Bay Packers, Cowboys have agreed to a 4-year extension worth $92 million with Pro Bowler Deron Bland. Um, the deal has 50 million in guaranteed money, including 22 million signing bonus. The Cowboys announced Bland's extension, but did not disclose financial terms. So with that being said, PR Cowboy, are you surprised, or was this needed, or how do you feel about this
I mean, I mean, we
situation?
sat here and talked. We sat here and talked about this for months, didn't we? We were talking about when they brought George Pickens in, and we're talking about Mike's contract. Like, oh, how are we going to sign all these guys? There's not enough money. And then all of a sudden, they signed Jake Ferguson first. They get Deron Bland done now, and I believe with this deal, I think it's a wash on what he's going to cost. And I think it actually saves us 4 million or 5 million for next year by getting his deal done early. And I believe if they can get Tyler Smith's deal and Brandon Aubrey's deal done too, that will save us an extra another 5-6 million. So I'm good with it. Like you're doing what you should do, what you should have done with a lot of these contracts. Let's get that first place. You should have done this
Right.
in the first place with a lot of these guys. But you're doing what you should have done with this micro trade with all the money you're saving is starting to sign. Hey, let's get these guys taken care of and sign multiple guys with this money that you're getting. So I'm good with it. You're doing what you have to do. You're not just sitting back, and that's the other worrisome, right? Like you're saving all this money going into next year, and as we know, every year we sit here in free agency. Oh man, when are we going to do something? Are they going to do anything at all? Now we are used to this of them signing our own guys, right? We sign our own guys. This is what we do. Now the next step is, hey, you're going to save. You're doing good and all this money. Now, like, let's hit it hard next year in free agency with this money that you just, you saved up. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm good with the bland deal. Like I said, no problems with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Football Junkie, what do you think? Are you excited about this signing with Deron Bland?
I mean, Duran, he's well deserving of it. I really believe he's well deserving of it. He earned his payday. He earned his keep with the Cowboys and whatnot. Uh, I can say one thing about Deron Bland. He's the same dude every week on the football
Yeah.
field. He
Yeah.
shows up and pulls up. He plays lights out ball, rain, sleet, or snow. I have no knocks against Ron Bland. He does his job. He really does his job. Minus injuries and whatnot, even when he had to come in and play instead of Diggs, even when they had to move him over to the nickel back and whatever they asked Bland to do, even if he had to go to safety, whatever they asked Bland to do in the secondary, that guy does it. And
Yeah.
he shows up wherever he is on that field, man.
Yeah.
He
And
throwing them passes.
yeah, for sure. And knowing that he was hungry. I mean, this guy,
Yeah.
you got those guys that's playing for contract, and then you got those guys that got contracts that's looking for another. It just seemed like sometimes there's a difference. But Deron Bland was one that was basically actually playing to get paid. So I think we all
Yeah.
can agree with that. And and I thought there was something to just see him with as many interceptions that he got on. Was it? I think it was last year. Was it last year or year before last? Was it
Year
last year?
before last.
Year
Year
before last.
before.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, I say I say the same thing. I think he's well deserved of this contract. So Chip, let me get into this real quick. So here we are on the countdown. Brian Schottenheimer's debut is going to be on display. Okay, It's going to be on display. So, what is this going to look like now? And this is the thing. I mean, this is the thing I'm trying to figure out. Not only is this his first head coaching job, but he's also the play caller. So if that's the case, who's going to manage the game?
I tell you what, G, this is a tall glass of water for Schottenheimer here. First game, you're coming off of losing a Hall of Fame player for sure, and Micah Parsons. Did that? First of all, did it disrupt your locker room? Is there any confidence shaking? Do they believe in Shotty? Does Shotty have their ear? Does he have their heart? I really do think you need to be a move around coach for sure. I think you need to, especially with as many as challenges as we have, a slow starting offense. Can we start fast? A defense that's going up against an awesome running back, and just because you got an empty set back there with the Eagles doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to pass it. They go empty set with nobody back there, and still have a run play. Can Shotty out coach the Eagles coach? Something to think about. Is definitely something to think about. Uh, it's a tall glass of water. Fingers crossed. I'm rocking with the boys, but I'm concerned.
Yeah. Yeah, and let's welcome Cowboys champ. Cowboys champ is hanging out with us tonight, so we'll give it up for Cowboys champ. So Cowboys champ, here's the question right here, and I'm just gonna throw it on you right quick. So this is Brian Schottenheimer's debut, coaching debut, and it's going to be put on display on Thursday night. But what is it that he's going to have to do in order to gain the trust from the fans? I mean, this is a tall order, like we just said. It's a tall order for Brian Schottenheimer, knowing that he just lost one of the best players, and then we got to think about the locker room. So this is his debut. What is it that he's going to have to do in order to keep the fans uh tuning in?
Well, first of all, he gonna have to look at some old footage of Jimmy Johnson's speeches. Not his daddy, but Jimmy Johnson. He need to go in that locker room and say, "Hey, uh, we're done with all the distractions. Uh, it's like it's really us against the world. Even some of our old fans don't have no support or faith in us. We're gonna have to go out, especially Thursday night, punch the Super Bowl champs right in their nose and show them that we mean business. And if anybody on this team don't want to follow up, there go the door. I will find some players who wants to be in the organization and win. It's
Okay.
going to start with him.
Yeah, Cliff. Debut is Thursday night, man. The man is not only is he a head coach, but he's calling the play. Lord have mercy. And then what are we doing with Clayton Adams? I thought Clayton. Look at the Cowboy.
you know, let's hope and pray that he concentrates on one part of the game. Let his coordinators be coordinators, and let his assistant coaches be coaches. Right? Let's let him come into this league the right way as a head coach, and not think that you have to make a name for yourself right off the bat. You have a name already that's gotten you pretty far and pretty recognized, right? Let's let's be a coach. Let's pick the right people that you did, put the right people in the positions that you did, let them do their job, and make
Yeah,
sure that you follow through with them. And I think he'll be just fine. If he tries to be a control at all, it never works out for anybody that's a control at all. Put your
yeah,
people in the right spot. Let your people do their job.
yeah. Danny, that sounds like the perfect recipe. Let
I
let
mean,
make your job easy. You
I
brought
mean,
these guys in for a reason. So what do you think, Danny?
he's not a control it all person. His father was a player coach. His father was a great regular season coach. He just was horrendous in the playoffs. But I mean, when it's time to make tough decisions, I don't know if Shotty's gonna do it because I still have nightmares from the draft weekend when we all were live, and Shotty was just sitting in the corner. It was like Thanksgiving when you got the little kiddie tables, and Schottenheimer was just sitting in the corner. Didn't have a word to say, but yet the Joneses' grandkids are running around with iPads saying, "Oh, look at this, look at this, look at this." So me personally, I don't think. Listen, Jerry, we all know the cancer starts on top. Jerry's only gonna hire a yes man. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think any premier great coaches want to come to Dallas. It's not that great job anymore. I'm sorry, it's not. And
PR. You scratching your head, and I think I said something. Got your teeth.
No,
This guy, he
man.
gives the
No,
greatest
man.
emotions. I tell you.
No, man. Like you said, we were talking about it during training camp, and Shadi got us all kind of fired up the way he was talking, the way he was doing things, what he was preaching, competition. And then preseason came around, and we don't. And like I said, it's like it didn't match what he was saying. And I get it, preseason, but these days we got to take preseason a little bit more serious, just because we only have so few practices with training camp, and now we're going into a game that's like, man, this is what we have to ramp up right away.
Yeah.
Um, and but look, like I said, not saying that it can't be done. Um, we got to give the guy a chance here and see what. Like I said, the only way to do is win games, and it starts out tough for him because you get the Eagles, Giants back-to-back division games, and if you go 0-2 in a divisions, that is
Damn.
not good. That
What you got, Dan? Okay.
is
Go ahead. Go
that
PR. Go ahead
is
and finish PR. Go ahead and finish PR.
no. Go
just,
ahead. Yeah, we're good.
just real quick, off of what PR was saying, I got the perfect example to get around the rules. The NFL states during training camp, you're only allowed 11 for hit padded practices where you can hit. No problem. You stick to those 11 padded practices. The NFL play with the contract says nothing about playing in preseason games. So to get the guys ready for the season, because we all know there's shape and then there's hitting shape,
Yeah.
you let them play. Let them play a half in a preseason game. That's how you can get around the rules. Because, as you said earlier, Dallas is notorious for starting off slow. And that's going to be a disaster this year, especially when you look at our last 7 games. So,
What?
I think that's how a lot of other NFL teams get around the 11 padded practices, because how many starters did we see this year playing in preseason games?
A
Patrick
lot.
Mahomes can play, but Joe Burrows can play, but
Here's my question then. Now, wait a minute. Football junkie. Now, this is what your head coach said. Your head coach said, we do our evaluation in practice.
come on, bro. Nah.
Chip Gay Sports TV. We'll do all our evaluation in practice.
That's a
That sounds
recipe.
like a man without a plan.
Thank
Right,
you.
right. A man without a plan. Exactly.
That's
You,
exactly
you,
what that
you,
sounds like.
Football
you,
junkie. So football junkie, how do you do your evaluation in practice to where they don't need to be in preseason games? What is that? Come on, somebody help me understand this. Football junkie, start with you. How does that happen?
What is he evaluating? His depth chart? That's it. That's all he evaluating, his depth chart. Especially at this time of the season, you evaluate your depth chart, hoping no one gets injured. That's his way of just some R&R. He just, oh boy, he threw something out there, man. He really threw something out there.
Yeah. But that's what he said, Cliff. That's what he said. He said we don't
I
need the
know.
preseason games. We don't need the
We've
preseason
we've
games, Cliff. We got we
we've
got
had this
we got
conversation.
practice.
Yeah,
Practice.
yeah, we got practice.
That's the PR
where
revenue.
they're running 60%, and we got practice to evaluate these guys. Oh dear Lord, I miss the days of people playing and hitting and being men on a football field. But it is what it is. This is 2025, folks, and nowadays they don't even play in the preseason anymore.
Mm.
But you know what? Look, that being said, it's been that way for 9 years, has it not? Since Dak Prescott came in this league. And I do want to mention Dak Prescott is 33-8 versus the NFC East teams. Just saying.
But
And
those,
9-4 against the Eagles too.
but those are very different NFC teams. I'm going to make a bold statement.
Every year, I get tired of somebody saying this. Every year, it's a different team. You know,
Okay,
it's not
so
different. Every
no,
year's a different team.
I'm
Every
gonna
year's a
make it
different
quick.
team.
I'm gonna make it
Every
quick.
year, we change players.
I know, but this year Dallas will be the worst team in the NFC East. Stamp it.
Wait a minute.
Because we are that bad team now.
Jeez Louise.
Watch.
Cowboys champ, you hear what Danny just said?
Yep.
You really, so we're going to be worse than the New York Giants. You're saying
I
we're going to be worse
name
than
me
the New York Giants?
Can you name me 5 players from the New York Giants? I can name you about 30. Their skill position players are fabulous. Young defense, that's great. They got Jackson Dart.
Right.
Good. They just need to do a little bit
Who
more
is Jack
on the
Duck first
offensive
and
line.
foremost?
Hey,
But
hang on. So
now we got
Who is
coaching
Jack
that's
Duck?
pretty low. And now when you're going up against the bad teams and Shoddy's getting out coached, listen, when you say 33-8, a year, 2 years in football, that's like a dog's 7 years. A 2-year-old player, it's
Danny, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna throw this at you, Danny. I know for a fact, and I ain't seen Shotty head coach a football game one yet. None of us have, but he's better than what we had previously over there. That was our quarterback to end up being our head football coach. He's a better coach than that.
I wasn't. I did originally have.
He's better coach than Jason Garrett, man.
I had faith in him
Hang on.
only because he played under
I
Jimmy.
thought this guy was a Cowboys fan.
Say that again.
Well, now listen.
To sit there, I don't know as much as you know about football. I'm sure, sir. I'm sure you're way better at it than I, especially if you can name 30 players on a 53-man roster for the Giants. That means you obviously know a whole lot more. So let's clarify one thing right now. The coaching staff for the Giants, I wouldn't take them if I was on fire and needed to be spit on. Okay, that coaching staff for the Giants is what is going to make the Giants lose. It's nothing to do with their roster.
Who's the head coach of the Giants?
Brian Daboll.
I was asking him. I was asking Clifford. Who's the head coach?
If I'm sitting here talking about the man, Brian Daboll, who used to be the coach for Josh Allen, he got his credit from Josh Allen because Josh Allen, he did this for Josh Allen. No, he didn't. No. Sorry, no. Brian Daboll is a hotel riding fool in the New York Giants, and that's what's going to be their downfall. Has nothing to do with their roster. But to sit there and say that we're going to have a worse record than the Giants?
Brian Daboll's a Dave Campo.
Well, here's the deal, though. We don't. But see, Cliff. Here's the deal. We don't know what we're gonna have. We don't know what this.
We know we're better than Daboll.
No, Cliff. We do not know what this offense is going to look like, and I'm just gonna be the first. I can't say we don't know. We had to use 3 preseason games just to see our backup quarterback at least score a couple of touchdowns. So I don't know.
Let's all be honest. We've all watched Dak Prescott and these Cowboys for the last 10 years. We know exactly what the offense is going to look like when it comes to throwing the ball. We know what that's going to look like.
Exactly. But the
we
run
know
game.
what that's going to look like. We don't know what the run game is going to look like. That's every single year. We don't know what the defense is going to look like. Again, that's every single year. We don't know what the defense is going to look like. That's every single year. But you know, one thing that we do know what's going to look like is what CD and Dak do every single year that they're healthy together. Now you have George Pickens in the mix coming down the line. Listen, I don't care. offense wins the game, defense wins the championship. Y'all remember that saying?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That was back
Absolutely.
in my
Defense.
time. Come on now.
Defense.
Offenses win the game, defenses win the championships. So again, if Dak Prescott is healthy, we're not losing. We'll win at least 9 games if he stays healthy for the entire season. History repeats itself, right? Dak Prescott, while healthy, has never had a season where he didn't win at least 9 games. So we'll be at worst 9-8. But right now, with no run game, Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb, we're good for about 21 points a game on average. We'll give it 19 points a game on average. If
Yeah.
you put CeeDee Lamb with George Pickens and Dak Prescott, not knowing what your run game is going to be, not knowing how great your offensive line is going to be either, if you give that dude 3 seconds with those two receivers, I'm going to tell you right now, our average is going to go to 24 to 27 points per game with just
Yeah.
those three people.
Okay. All right, Cowboy, share what you
So,
got. We gotta get to this. We gotta move on, y'all. We gotta get out of here,
sorry.
guys. We got the folks. No,
Okay.
you're fine. It's a good conversation.
Okay.
Cowboy, Chan, what you got?
Only thing I gotta say, I've been saying before preseason if training camp started, I'm still worried about the running game. I'm still worried about both the left and right tackle position on the offensive line. I'm worried about the interior defensive line. Yes, we even got Clark, but Clark is a 3 tech. I heard he can play 1 tech, but we'll see. We don't know what the coaching staff will play call they're gonna do, especially on defense. We don't know what Everflus are gonna do. And
Mm-hmm.
and will this first game against the Eagles be overwhelming for Scotty? I hope not, but we just gotta wait and see.
Okay. Chip, what you got? I know you had your hand up. What you got, brother? Fill us in.
Hey, Dak Prescott is 9-4 against the Philadelphia Eagles. Thursday night, he's going to be 10-4. I don't think we're going to be the worst. Hey, the Commanders played a whole bunch of tomato cans last year. They got a tougher
Yeah, that's
schedule
true.
this year. Let's go, Cowboys.
All right, all right. All right, so we're at the part of closing. This guy always comes in on the closing part. So I'm gonna give him a few minutes, guys. We're gonna not interrupt our guy Cowboys Corner. We're gonna allow him. He hyped us up so well last week. We're gonna give him this last few minutes of this segment here to enlighten us. And let's give it up for Cowboys Corner.
What's going on, you guys? G Hampton, Danny Savage, PR Cowboy, Chip Game coming back at you. We got a football junkie. We got Clifford, Cowboys champs. What's going on, guys? Hey, 3 days. 3 days.
All right, the show is yours. Come on.
3 days. We find out what Schottenheimer's about. We find out what this running game is about, what this O-line's about, what this D-line's about, what this corners are, the safeties are about. And it's okay to be scared or be unsure of the unknown. It's okay. We don't know a lot. But Thursday at 7:20 p.m. Central Time, Thursday Night Football, week 1, we will find a lot of those unknowns, and we'll be able to check some boxes. But rest assured, before that ball's kicked off, whether we're kicking off or whether they're kicking off, I need 11 guys on each side of the ball to go out there and answer those what ifs with what now? With what now? We're here. We're the Cowboys. We're the big brother. See that banner? Fuck your banner. That's what I want the attitude to be. I want Dak Prescott to say, you know what? I'm 32 years old. I'm the highest paid player in the league. I'm going to take advantage of it. I need CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, that brotherhood that they're forming. I need that to result onto the field. I need the linebackers. We got almost a 98% linebacker turnover. Jack Sandberg, Kenneth Murray Jr., Maris Lufauer, Damone Clark. I don't care who's starting. I just need a dog. Who's going to step up? Who's going to step up? I'm tired of puppies, man. I'm tired of puppies. It's time for these guys to go in there, dominate, and make it hurt. Pun intended. Make it hurt to those Eagle fans, all right? Speaking of hurts, knock him on his ass. Keep him in the pocket. Let him know that might be Lincoln Financial Field, but that's Cowboys' second home. That's Cowboy Lincoln Field right there. I need them to know that we are going to be the beast of the East. That we will rise up and win that NFC East title this year in 18 weeks. It starts Thursday Night Football, and I don't care what any Eagle says. It's F-U-C-K. Fuck those Eagles!
So there you have it, guys. Cowboy Corner always come in the last part of the segment. He always ends it well for us. So with that being said, Cowboys Corner, what is your final score? As before we get out of here, what is your final score for Thursday night's game? Starting with you. And then,
Hopium,
matter of fact, go ahead. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
hopium, lithium, titanium. Cowboys 35-30.
Chip Game Sports TV. Now, understand, you can give us your score and give us what you're expecting to see on Thursday night. We're gonna get on.
I'm expecting lights out ball. I'm expecting excitement. I'm expecting the highest viewed opening day football game of all times. Dak Prescott will throw for 3 touchdowns. We will run that rock for 150. We will get 3 sacks. We will get 2 turnovers. 35-24 Cowboys.
Football Jug, it's on you. You're looking a little concerned right now. I mean, I don't like that look, but I don't know. Maybe it's just being the seriousness and the concentration on your face. What do you got for us, brother?
It's based on the sustainable ability of being able to sustain drives by the offense. Offense got to protect the defense in this game, man. That's just the bottom line in this whole situation coming Thursday. The offense has to protect the defense at all costs. Sustaining drives, being consistent about everything they do, and being methodical. I can see the Cowboys losing by 10.
Don't watch the game. Don't watch the game.
All right. The Clipper, hey, listen, that's his opinion. I respect his opinion, Cowboys Corner. So we're moving on.
Don't watch the game. It'll be a waste of time when we're losing by 10.
Clipper Turno, what do you got for us, man? What's your expectation and what's your final score?
For myself, I think this is going to be a truly offensive game. I don't think it's going to be a very big defense, and I think it's going to have probably one of the highest scoring totals for the first week of football. That being said, I've got the Cowboys at 45-40.
Ooh, wait. Jeez Louise. PR Cowboy.
Ooh,
Hey, the
man.
stakes are high, brother. The stakes are 40-45. She. But I see where you're coming from with that, though, Cliff, because, they missed some key
I think it's
positions.
going to be a high scoring game. I think it's going to be, over 80-point game total. So I got 45-40.
Man,
All right, PR Cowboy, let's go. What you got, brother?
you guys got me wanting to put my mortgage on the bet for this Thursday night game. I don't know. I should probably listen to you guys. It sounds all good for me just to put that in there, right? But I'm with you. Cowboy Corner, Chip, Cliff. I got us winning. Maybe not that high, Cliff, but I hope you're right. But I got us 27-24. I think like you said, there's a lot of unknown. There's this and that, but you know what? They're gonna hang that banner up, and we're gonna look at that, and we're gonna come out with fire. And that's gonna propel us to win this game Thursday night.
We kind of like Hollywood. If you look at the screen, we look like Hollywood Squares. You that game, Hollywood Squares. I appreciate all this. Danny Savage, what do you got? Fill us in. What's your expectation and what's your final score before we get out of here?
Well, I definitely think Dak Prescott will throw 3 touchdown passes. The only problem, it'll be like in the last 7 minutes of the game. Listen, I would love nothing more than Dallas to go in there and upset the Eagles, but I'm the type of guy I got to see it to believe it. So I'm going to go with I do agree it's going to be a high scoring game. I do agree there because both teams have weapons, but I think it's going to be. I think Philly's going to win by at least 2 touchdowns. At least 2 touchdowns. So let's go 40 to 21. 40 21.
Well, so with that being said, we'd like to say good night. No, I'm going to go this route. Now, listen, guys, listen. I appreciate everybody's opinion, and we're Cowboy fans first, and then we report the news. Now, with me, I have so many uncertainties, and not seeing my starters play none throughout the preseason. I just don't know, fellas. Knowing that we got a new head coach that never had coached a game, as a head coach, and he's also calling the plays. It's just so much uncertain. I don't know what this defense is going to look like. I think it will be a high scoring game. I'm hoping. I really want to see balance, man. That's what I want to see. I want to see balance on this offense. I want to see balance on the defense. I want to see a great running game. If I see a great running game, I can say, you know what, we got a great chance of winning this. But if we are missing on certain cylinders and we're not clicking on the same cylinders and things like that, it could be a tough night for us. This is a big stage for Brian Schottenheimer, and I just think that we come up a little short. I'll say 28-21 Eagles. Well, with that being said, guys, you have got I don't know.
I don't know.
Your biggest concern is that the Cowboys didn't play the preseason, but yet the Eagles didn't either, and that's not a concern for you.
Wait,
or how about the fact that we haven't played it? We haven't played in the preseason for 10 years.
Let me have that. The Philadelphia Eagles are starting from where they started last year. We got a whole
new offensive coordinator. With the new offensive coordinator, they're going to start where they started last year with the new coordinator.
They just believe it. They got majority of their pieces in place.
Five new pieces on defense.
I don't care about that, guys. I mean, you still got the same head coach. It starts with your head coach, guys.
Yeah.
It starts with your head coach.
I agree with that.
That in the Super Bowl.
If Schottenheimer has not been a part of the association or in the organization of the Cowboys for the last 3 years, if it wasn't for that, I would feel that. But he has been in the locker room with the players, with the coaching staff, brought in coaching staff. He has been there for the last 3 years. Okay. This is not a brand new person. It's not a brand new concept. This guy has been there with the players that have been there for 3 years.
So what has he done? What has he done for us lately?
Take a look at this, guys. Nobody realizes 2 of the stud wide receivers for the Eagles. One has a groin, one has a hamstring. They're not going to go all out. If we stop this run, it's going to be exciting ball. No way.
I can't rely on what we think their conditions are, but I'm thinking they're coming out there to ball. So
AJ Brown is dealing with a hamstring issue right now.
But Philly did play starters week 1 against Cincinnati when Cincinnati had their starters out there.
Jalen Hurts had 0 starts.
I'm not sure. I didn't say.
I got 2 Super Bowls too.
Philly had starters on defense.
He has 1.
Jalen Hurts has 1 Super Bowl.
One Super Bowl.
He appeared in 2. 2 appearances. I mean, guys,
you get a ring for going to the Super Bowl? Oh shit!
Listen,
I didn't know that.
Again.
I think you do.
My opinion. It's just my opinion. Again,
I love it. It's fantastic.
Too many uncertainties for me. I'm probably the biggest fan on this panel, but at the same time, I'm a realist, and I can go behind hype like Cowboys Corner. I can go behind hype.
No hype.
That's basically what he's running off of, hype.
I got the list, and when we win, you better bring it up. You cancel your show because I'm coming in hot.
I'm not thinking
That'll never happen. That'll never happen. You just make sure you show up if they don't win. How about that? That's what real Cowboys do.
And 5th quarter Cowboy, he on top of that list. I'm gonna cook his ass too.
Okay. Well, okay, guys, we got to get out of here, man. What you got, Cliff?
I just want to say, no matter what, Cowboys fans, we do or die, no matter what, win or
There you
Yep.
loss,
go.
we all here always.
There you go. So with that being said, guys, like we always say, continue to stay safe, continue to be blessed, and like my guy Cliff always says, continue to be kind. Be kind unless you're a Philadelphia Eagle. We're out. Deuces.
Stay